My name is Norman Dalgleish. I'm a financial planner at a legal firm called Turton Connell. It's predominantly giving financial advice to individuals, trusts and smaller charities. Well, I'm a chartered financial planner and a certified financial planner, and in the UK they're the two top qualifications that you can have for that job. Quite a contented child, I think, so I wasn't very rebellious. So I enjoyed school, I had some good friends there. I'm for better or worse, a numbers person. My dad was actually a maths teacher, but I don't think he would consider himself a mathematician or a numbers person. But I thought it was normal for 8-year-olds to ask their parents to give them sums to do in the evening. Turns out that's not normal. I didn't realise that at the time. So it was really quite natural for me that I would go to university. It seemed natural to go and do maths. That was the thing I was best at and enjoyed most, so that was an easy decision really at that time. I got moved forward a year because my parents felt that I was not developing at the rate that I could, and after some negotiation with the council it was agreed that I could move up a year. Somehow it didn't really bother me. My only real memory of that was starting secondary school and people coming up to me in the corridor at school and going, "Are you the boy that's 10? I'm going, yeah, that's me, yes. It's hard when you're at school if you stick out a bit because you're different for whatever reason. And so I stuck out for the reason that I was 10. You know, in the last sort of year or so, a lot of my friends then, they could drive, they could go to the pub, and I was 16. That was the only time really I felt different. My family and I agreed that it would be best for me to take that year out and actually come back and just be a bit older, same age as everyone else really. When I went to university, I was lucky that I have family in Australia and went to live with them for quite a bit of that year, and then came back and started my undergraduate degree here in Edinburgh. I really feel that I did a lot of growing up in that year, just the experiences being away from home. I guess you would say I was a motorsport fan, but rather than just sort of watching, observing, actually meant I got to take part in that. I managed to purchase a very, very modest little Fiesta racing car that I race here in Scotland and Northern England. That was my dad and I as a two-person race team, if you want to call it that. So we struggled a bit technically. It was hard work again and a lot of down days, but essentially probably a dream that I didn't know I had because I didn't know it was a dream I could achieve. And then one day I thought, actually, I quite like motor racing. I'd quite like to have a shot at that. Why don't I go and do that? And 3 weeks later, I was sat in a race car with the seatbelts wrongly connected because no one had shown me how to do it, driving around the track. Did I win anything? No. I then got made redundant. I'd seen a lot of people be made redundant, and that virtually all of them, a year later, were happier than the day before they lost their job. I actually think I'm a bit of a people person. For all my nerdy maths tendencies, I like people. And what I wanted was a job where I was more involved with the end individual. And really that was when I decided to become a financial advisor, the job I do today. I'm very happy with how my life's worked out, but I've not had a grand life plan. I think what I've done is make decisions at certain points in time as I've gone along and sort of worked my way out the branches of a tree, if you want, but I haven't known from the start which branch I was going to end up on at the end.